Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel, YouTube/Margo Kamaya. So in this episode of my vlog series, I would like to tell you a Philippine myth. And this Philippine myth is not very well known in the Philippines. It's more of a regional mythology or folklore. We call folklore or mythology in the Philippines alamat, the true story, or what's the story behind that. It could be a thing, a place, an event. Okay, so in school we learned about Biag ni Lamang, Maria Makiling, those more popular mythologies. So while I was browsing in one of the local bookstores here in the Philippines, I found D.K. Reed's The Mythology book. So when I bought this, I was expecting more mythology about Greek, Roman, the Norse mythology, all about Rick Riordan's, Percy Jackson, Magnus Chase, and so on and so forth. I was pleasantly surprised that there is a section that's dedicated to Asia, and one of the Asian myths that's contained or included here came from the Philippines. Sorry, I got distracted with one of my balloons. One of the myths here found is from the Philippines. So I was reading through it, and I was internalizing. Is there something similar to Greek mythology or even to the Roman mythology? And this particular story, which is a regional story or mythology that came from the Ifugao. Ifugao is one of our indigenous tribes here in the Philippines. I would say that it has a parallelism to the mythology of the Titan Prometheus, wherein Prometheus was the one who gave fire to the humankind, which was his creation. But this particular Philippine mythology or Ifugao mythology is the opposite. It is the humans who gave the gift of fire to the gods in exchange for rice grains. So this is the story. It's called Your Rice of the Sky World is Good, Fire and Ice. So the theme is all about agriculture. So the Ifugao tribe is known for the rice terraces of Banaue, or the Banaue Rice Terraces, which is one of the 8 wonders of the world. It has been declared a cultural heritage by the UNESCO, by the Philippine Cultural Organization, and so on and so forth. So it's a very important cultural, societal, historical heritage that we Filipinos have. And in recent times, which is funny because the Chinese has claimed that they were the ones who invented the terraces, the rice terraces. But with this mythology, I would say nope, it's really Philippine made. It really came from the Philippines, and we're the ones who created or who came up with the rice terraces. Alright, so the sources or the source of this mythology is from the Religion of the Ifugaos by Roy Franklin Barton, which was published in 1946. The Mythology of the Ifugaos, again by Roy Franklin Barton, published in 1955. So the setting is in Cayang, in Luzon, the Philippines. Key figures are Wigan, who is an Ifugao hunter, brother of Kabigat. Kabigat, who is also an Ifugao hunter. Bugan, Wigan's wife. Lidum, the giver, a male god of the sky world. Hinumbian, a male god of the sky world, and who shares a home with Lidum. And then finally, we have Dinipaan, the blacksmith god of the upstream region. Okay. So this is how the story goes. The story of Wigan and his brother Kabigat is a founding myth of the Ifugao, a tribe originating in the highlands of the Philippines. It explores the symbiotic relationship between humanity's earth world and the sky world of the gods, and how they negotiated their mutual sustenance. In Kayang, Wigan and Kabigat wanted to go hunting to see if their hunt would prove successful. Wigan chose his fattest chicken and sacrificed it to several lesser gods, such as the tired ones, who live in the upstream region and the downstream region, and the Alabat gods, who live in the mountains and own the game. The omen was good, so Wigan and Kabigat took their spears and dogs into the hills in search of a wild pig. The brothers entered the forest and, sighting a pig, sent their dogs running, yelling encouragement. They drove their quarry ever upwards until it eventually climbed up into the sky world. Wigan and Kabigat followed the pig all the way up to the sky world. They found it by the house of the gods Lidum and Hinumbian, and Wigan speared it. When Hinumbian rebuked Wigan for killing one of the pigs of the sky world, Wigan replied, "This is no pig of yours. We followed it all the way from Kayang." Then Wigan and Kabigat carried the dead pig to Lidum and Hinumbian's granary, and cutting it up, shared it with the gods. Both gods took small pieces of the flesh, mixed them with blood and rice, and ate them raw. They asked Wigan and Kabigat why they were not eating, and Wigan told them that they would not eat raw meat. Wigan and Kabigat took their share down to the earth world, where they made fire with a bamboo drill and cooked both meat and rice. They summoned the spirits of the place, children of either Lidum or Hinumbian, and gave them food to eat. These spirits took the food back to the sky world to share with their fathers. Delighted with the tasty offerings, Lidum and Hinumbian summoned Wigan and Kabigat and asked them for the precious gift of fire. In exchange, they offered jewels, but Wigan held out for the sky world rice, which was so much better than the bearded rice that grew in the earth world. The gods opened up their granary and gave Wigan 2 bundles of seed rice. In return, Wigan made them a fire. The gods excitedly carried the fire into the house, but set the house ablaze. They called for Wigan to come and take back the fire. Instead, he quenched it with water, then built the gods a fireplace to contain the flames. In return, the grateful gods told Wigan and Kabigat exactly how to cultivate and store the rice, and how to make the rice fields. Back in Kayang, Wigan told his wife Bugan that in order to create the rice fields, she must wrap herself in a blanket and remain absolutely still, while he stabbed the earth repeatedly with a digging stick. After he had created 8 fields, Bugan moved from then on. When Wigan stabbed the ground, he turned over just a small amount of soil. Wigan reprimanded her, but Bugan said, "We have enough. Our children can increase the fields." Appeased by this, Wigan stabbed his stick into the bank above the fields, causing water to gush out and irrigate the fields. With this, Wigan knew that he would soon become the first human to harvest the rice of the gods. When the rice was ripe, the blacksmith god made knives for the harvest and exchanged them for Wigan's chickens. Wigan stored the rice in the granary with rituals and sacrifices to the gods of the sky world, the underworld, and the upstream region, and to the Bulul granary gods. Wigan invoked the gods again, so that in Kayang the rice should always increase and flourish, and in doing so would mirror the seasonal cycle of birth, death, and renewal. So it also says here that the Ifugao Rice Terraces in the mountains of Luzon were built 2,000 years ago. It is watered by intricate irrigation systems and handed down from one generation to another. So that's the story of Your Rice of the Sky World is Good. All about fire and rice, no? fire and rice. It's not fire and ice. It's fire and rice. So the human beings gave the gift of fire to the gods in exchange for rice. So that's how an Ifugao mythology goes. So if you are, or if you like this video, you would like to hear more mythology, whether it's Filipino, Asian, Egyptian, Norse, Greek, or Roman, please comment, subscribe, like, or even share this video. Till next time, this is Margo from youtube.com/MargoKamaya. See you!